Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a circuit that demands absolute precision, bravery, and just a little bit of luck. Tonight I'm your host, Sagar Bakshi, and it's green here at the Miami Autodromo Internazionale. Side by side, there goes Sean Stam, the Stam Man, and the 000 as well.
Papa Green made up 3 positions in 2 laps. With Leslie Simpkins now throws his elbows out at Drew.
Welcome to Winton Park National, where tonight Sausage Dodgers takes on one of the most technical venues on the schedule. This is a circuit that rewards precision and punishes impatience, demanding complete focus through every phase of the lap. For these TCR drivers, success here will come from disciplined braking, careful tire management, and the ability to consistently produce strong corner exits in traffic. Passing opportunities are there, but only for those willing to be decisive, without overreaching. It is a track that tests not only speed, but judgment as well. As the field prepares to go racing, all the ingredients are in place for a hard-fought and highly strategic contest. Welcome to Winton Motor Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. Track length of 2.95 kilometers and the altitude of 186 meters. Couple keys to the race right now: be clean on entry, ruthless on exit. Because Winton National Circuit is only 3 kilometers long with 12 technical turns, so lap time disappears fast if you overslow the car and miss one exit. The big priority is linking corners together, especially the turn 1-2 complex and the run over turn 3. Number 2, tire life is everything. TCR is a front-wheel drive formula, and Winton is a technical circuit with loaded corners and repeated direction changes. That combination usually means the front tires get punished if you ask too much too early, especially through turn 5, the sweeper. And the flowing right, left, right section later in the lap, you have to pass under the brakes, not with desperation. Winton rewards drivers who are brave but precise on the pedal. Highlights in turn 10 as a place where time can be made under braking. And turn 1-2 chicane plus the inside of turn 10 are likely action spots here tonight. And key number 4 is you have to nail turn 9. Get turn 9 right because it launches you on the whole back half of the lap. It's one of the slowest corners on the circuit, but leads onto the old back straight, so rotation and drive off the corner are critical. That exit here hurts you all the way in towards turn 10. Taking a look at our pole sitter right now. Well, excuse me, not anymore, as Tim Williams pumps in a 24.58 that last time around. He's quick, fast, in a hurry out here and trying to throw elbows out with Leslie Simpkins right now, who gets a 1:24.25 just in the nick of time on that third lap, stitches it together and pulls it all down and out at the end of the day. Checking out James Piper here and now. As he gets to the line, Piper will just have to do with P6 for now. And let's take a look at the championship standings as well. It's Leslie Simpkins with 268 points in front of Vincenzo. That's not correct. Apologize, folks. There's the correct points. Leslie Simpkins with 356 points in front of Vincenzo Stagnito with 289. Noah Osbidelson with 268. Francisco Cardullo in fourth. Lewis Butler in fifth. Fabio Falci in sixth. Mauro Gabbiati in seventh. Simone Massey in eighth. Daniel Moffat, Augusto Sicosio, Oscar Corbett, Tim Williams, Mark Richards, Paolo Manetti, Simon Darch, Mickey Phipps, Antonio Morabito, Alfredo Garaglia. Rounding out your top 18 in the championship. And down to Garaglia, Paul Sims, Nick Ewers, Jack McCarthy, Simone Rapparelli, Wazowski, Ward, Tigas, Brostanu, Stefania, and Herring. Running out the 18 participants here tonight. And we'll get the official results from qualifying here in just a few moments as the session is concluding. And we get our final drivers across the line. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to everybody in the YouTube chat. Whether you're watching live now or in the future, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you for all your love and support. You guys have been amazing from green to checkered flag, week in, week out, putting in the work. And thank you so much to all of the drivers. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much for putting on a wonderful championship for me to enjoy, as well as you all to enjoy also. Final note that we have to get out of the way is if you would like to be a sponsor of the Sausage Dodgers stream, make sure you check out the Patreon. On our meat wall, we have Andrew Keschin, Simon Hutchings, Paul Cook. And we're going to take a look at the grid here as we get started. And we'll thank our Patreon subscribers in just a second. Leslie Simpkins in P1, and also in the Tier 1 category, Tim Williams in P2, Vincenzo Stagnito in third, Daniel Moffat, Fabio Falci, James Piper, Mauro Gabbiati, Michael Phipps, Nick Ewers, Paolo Manetti, and Simone Rapparelli. Leslie Simpkins, Andrew Kenny, Mark Richards, Jack McCarthy, and Simon Darch in that Tier 1 for the Sausage Dodgers Patreon. And in the Tier 2, we have Mickey Phipps, Andrew Kesterton, and Sam Marshall joining the ranks. In Tier 3, we have Jack Jacketson and Craig Starkey. And we're ready to rumble, folks, here at Winton. As the drivers rev their engines, it's going to be green, green, green. And a poor start for Tim Williams as he's asleep at the wheel from P2. Falls back to the back of the pack. Leslie Simpkins is going to break away with that run. No questions asked. Up ahead, Daniel Moffat, the driver from the UK, the number 3, tries to chase down Leslie, but it might be to no avail. Back here, headed down in towards turn 3. It's going to be side by side between Michael Phipps and Paolo Manetti, or is that Tim Williams in the background? Tim Williams driving the silver and red Audi. Worse for wear on that race start. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Get notifications for when the Sausage Dodgers go live next. Vincenzo Stagnito challenging Fabio Falchi for the podium spot here. This is going to have championship implications, I'm sure. Mauro Gabbiati in the background as well, but almost enters pit lane there. And bumping and banging over the curbs is Gabbiati as he chases down Falchi ahead. On the nose of Gabbiati. And Tim Williams, the Sausage Dodger, and there's the door opening. Fabio Falchi there, opening the door for Tim Williams. Opportunities present themselves for Tim, and he's gonna find a nice healthy run now. Headed down in towards 11. It's gonna be tight for Tim, but he makes his way through on Falchi. Tim back up into P5. Here's Michael Phipps and Nick Ewers. It looks like James Piper may have crashed. We'll have to get a replay of what happened here to Piper. Wowza! And that explains why he's 3 seconds off the good of the guys around him right now, unfortunately. Back up here to Vincenzo Stagnito. Mauro Gabbiati not too far behind, but still in the battle for first. Remember, we do have a reverse grid coming out in the second heat. That'll lead to some excitement for sure. Here's Ewers with Michael Phipps. As Phipps continues to make mistakes, the 55 of Ewers continues to drive on. Mistake free, staying tight. So is Stagnito. So is Gabbiati. The consistency coming through for the drivers. You're at a very tight and twisty track that's fairly unforgiving. Australia describes it as the action track. Stagnito still in tow. We're getting chased down by Gabbiati. Right behind, coming down the start finish straight. Headed down in towards turn number 1. Bouncing over the curbs here at Winton. This is a very tight and twisty track. I've only ever driven this in junior formula cars, so the tight and twisty nature must be fairly frustrating in these TCRs because you get so much understeer. You're constantly downshifting and applying the pedal to just manage the traction beneath you. As you can hear and see from Gabbiati, you're never quite getting up to full speed in any gear. You're just constantly upshifting, downshifting, upshifting, downshifting. The second you gain any momentum through those chicanes, you just have to lose it all. Paul Cook in the chat. What's going on, Paul Cook? Andrew Kenny in the YouTube chat as well. Hello, Mr. Kenny. Late on the brakes for Gabbiati, coming down in towards 11. But he manages to make it stick. Really did close down the gap on Stagnito up ahead. Bouncing, banging over the curbs, using all the track width that we bought and paid for. A little bit of understeer through turn 5 for Gabbiati, the Italian driver, trying to find some pace on his Italian counterpart of Stagnito. But the podium seemingly locked in other than P3. And this is going to be an inverted grid for the second heat, so it'll be very interesting to see what the results are of this one, leading down into heat number 2. A little bit of a lock up there for Stagnito. A little puffs of smoke get kicked up. Another good run from Mauro Gabbiati coming through turn 1 and turn 2. But I don't think he's going to be able to get a run. Let's look at the lap times and try to focus on data here as Stagnito puts in the better lap that time around. Williams, though, gaining on the duo. Half second to lap with 10 to go. Could catch up to these guys and maybe get back onto the podium. What do you think, boys? Paul Cook and Kenny, do you think Tim can get back onto the podium potentially? Or is he too far back? 3-second gap with 10 minutes left to go. Can Tim Williams catch up? Winton Motor Speedway has been part of Australian motorsport for more than 6 decades. The circuit held its first race meeting on 26 November 1961, and since then it has grown into one of the country's most enduring racing venues in regional Victoria. In the early years, Winton hosted state championship competition, motorcycle events, and helped launch careers. Even Alan Jones and Peter Brock are part of the circuit's story. Through the 1970s and 1980s, Winton built a reputation as a major destination for Australia's circuit racing, with highlights including historic Winton, the Rose City 10,000, and the arrival of the Australian Touring Car Championship in 1985. The venue changed significantly again in 1997 with the addition of the 1 kilometer extension and new pit lane that created the modern national circuit today. Winton remains one of the key homes of grassroots, historic, and national level motorsports in Australia. A circuit with deep history, strong character, and a lasting place in motorsport history. Let's look at the lap times. It seems that Stagnito has actually been able to pick up the pace, and so has Gabbiati. Williams running the same lap times, but all this means that Stagnito has managed to catch up to Daniel Moffat with 7:40 left to go. Especially here at Winton, if there's a half move that's on, the drivers are rest assured to throw their elbows out and try to go for a late move. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little door banging, a little bit of contact. Moffat being caught by the drivers behind, under threat and siege now. Now the move is on from Stagnito potentially, but he's too far back as he makes a look to Danny Moffat. Stagnito gets a slowdown penalty and needs to serve that within a certain amount of time. He's going to try to serve it strategically in the corners, but I think he's compromised now. Gabbiati is going to be able to go through, and I think Stagnito gets another slowdown. No, he gets that one cleared through 1 and 2. Now Mauro Gabbiati up into P3, and he has his opportunity to strike Daniel Moffat up ahead. And we have 4 cars in line. I told you Tim Williams was going to be able to catch, and he sure has. Just under 4 minutes to go. Leslie Simpkins runs away with 11-second lead right now in front of Daniel Moffat, Mauro Gabbiani, Vincenzo Stagnito, and then Tim Williams. A look to the inside on Moffat and potentially a little touch from Mauro Gabbiani into Daniel Moffat. The number 11 gave the squeeze, but I don't think it was on. Now Stagnito tries to go for a move, gives a little touch to the number 11 of Gabbiani. Side by side through turn 10. Now on the run towards turn 11. Mauro Gabbiani, Tim Williams, and then Vincenzo Stagnito. Drivers bumping and banging over the curbs, coming through 1 and 2, trying to optimize that short run down towards turn 3. Again, another look from Gabbiani to Daniel Moffat. Holy Toledo. Tim Williams ready to strike at any moment's notice. 1:45 left to go. I think that means we'll get 2 more opportunities. Gabbiani's on board, looks menacing. A little touch there. Leslie Simpkins crosses the line. That'll be the white flag lap by the looks of it. Gabbiani to the outside. Tim Williams tries to follow in suit. Has to back off on the exit of turn 2. Gabbiani still trying to pounce here. Bouncing and clattering over those curbs. Gabbiani still trying to go for that move at the carousel. Tim Williams a little too far back to strike. But there goes a move on Tim Williams from Stagnito with a little bit of a touch. Now Daniel Moffat around the outside gets attacked by Gabbiani. It's going to work for him, but he gets out to the dirt and to the curbs. It's going to be Daniel Moffat in P3 behind Gabbiani. Leslie Simpkins draws out the victory, though, and the win tonight. For the Sausage Dodgers racing community, Leslie Simpkins takes the win. Gabbiani in P2. Daniel Moffat in P3, Tim Williams in third, Vincenzo Stagnito, Paolo Minetti, and Fabio Falchi, Michael Phipps, James Piper, Nick Ewers, and Simone Rapparelli. We'll get the provisional results populated here in just a second. And there are those results. Leslie Simpkins came home in P1, 12 seconds in the lead in front of Mauro Gabbiati, and Daniel Moffat just 2/10 behind Gabbiati at the line. Tim Williams in fourth, Vincenzo Stagnito in fifth, Paolo Minetti, Fabio Falchi, Michael Phipps, James Piper, Nick Ewers, and Simone Rapparelli. Over to the grid, it'll be Ewers, Piper, Phipps, Falchi, Minetti, Stagnito, Williams, Moffat, Gabbiati, Simpkins, and Rapparelli to round it out, folks. And shout out to Nick Ewers sitting on pole, and it's green, green, green. And a dead even start for Ewers and Piper, but Piper falls back on that start. Paolo Minetti with a good leapfrog, but there goes the 72 round. That'll end things worse for wear there. Not understanding what happened, but the 55 and Fabio Falchi gonna go toe-to-toe through turn 3, turn 4. It'll be single file. Looking further back, Denny Moffat's looking for another podium tonight. Vincenzo Stagnito is trying to ruin that streak, but Tim Williams is there up the inside line at turn 5. But if the move's not quite there, Tim Williams isn't going to go for a low percentage chance opportunity. There's a long way back. The 2-1-1 of Michael Phipps trying to go for Daniel Moffat. And Daniel Moffat up one position from where he started this race in P8. Big movers and shakers. Leslie Simpkins all the way up into P2 already. As I can sense, it's going to definitely be a battle of best of the rest once Simpkins gets into the lead. Mauro Gabbiati able to get through on Tim Williams there. And now Gabbiati's got Ewers in his crosshairs. That'll be a long run coming down into 10 around the outside, but a little bit of door banging between the two drivers as Gabbiati tried to turn in on Ewers, but he was just occupying that real estate. Gabbiati again, inside line, run at 11. Late on the brakes, not late enough as Ewers goes into deep on his own. Fastest lap of the race, though, coming out from Fabio Falchi, 125.132 that last time by. So not too shabby of a lap time. Leslie Simpkins unable to beat that lap last time by, 125.45 for him. And Nick Ewers goes off track and is going to lose 2 positions there. Might be a third one as Daniel Moffat is there waiting in the wings in the number 3 car. There goes a move from Moffat on Ewers. Up the inside at turn 3, and the run through turn 4 belongs to Moffat, this time by Leslie up 8. Important, as that'll be the run in the championship. Same thing for Stagnito, up 2. Fauci, though, still managing to keeping on in the lead, but the gap has come down between Simpkins and Fauci. Last time by 125.3 compared to 124.8. You just see how different drivers, different cars end up taking different lines through these corners and end up making up the time very differently. It's very interesting to see that. Well balanced vehicles as the lap times stay consistent amongst the drivers in the field. Top 3, all different manufacturers, Honda, Hyundai, and Audi all represented. Tim Williams now definitely under threat from Stagnito behind. Trying to find a way by. Stagnito putting the work on. Closing down the gap, coming out of the final corner. It's looking good for Stagnito to try to get a move on here and now on Tim Williams, but he's too far back going into turn 1. Even dipped a wheel off into the grass, trying to get some entry speed there. Further back, Mauro Gabbiati and Daniel Moffat continue their bout as Moffat flicks it into turn 4. Now up ahead, Stagnito and Williams continue their bout blow for blow. I think this might be the closest that it's been for Stagnito. Under braking, it's tight between the duo. Stagnito closes again and touches Williams in the rear end. Is that enough to disrupt his flow coming through the twisty bits? It's not enough there. Up ahead, the battle for the lead now, separated by just half a second with under 19 minutes left to go. Leslie Simpkins continues to put down fast lap after fast lap. 125.0 on the previous attempt. He's going to have a run alongside Fabio Falchi. This time around, it's going to be done and dusted going in towards turn 1 and turn 2. Falchi doesn't put up too much of a fight there, and will yield the position for now. Oh, Mauro Gabbiati crossing the track, taking an excursion through the dirt there. Paolo Manetti and Michael Phipps on track. Now it's Phipps that leads Paolo Manetti. And there's Paolo's livery. Nick Ewers under threat from Mauro. Nick Ewers has been trying to hemorrhage this wound for a while. He's down 5 positions currently. There goes a move. It's on for Gabbiati. Got fully alongside at the exit of turn 11, and the entrance to 12 belongs to Mauro. Tim Williams up ahead on the podium. Vincenzo Stagnito is trying to snatch that one away. Oh, and what's happened to Nick Ewers? He comes back on track behind Paolo Minetti, and a sandwich between Minetti and I believe that'll be James Piper. Wow, driver's getting all over that curb. Up ahead to Stagnito and Williams. Pilot of the 797 and the 21. The Audi leads the Hyundai here and wants to keep it a 3-for-3 manufacturers on the podium. Again, Vincenzo Stagnito has been absolutely pinpoint this season. Gonna take a look at the points as well. See if we can do some scoring calculations to see where the drivers might end up should things fall the way they do, or the way they sit currently. Might have to check SimGrid for that. Tim Williams still manages to hold on to P3, but a gap has formed from himself to Stagnito as he picks up the pace and catches up to Fabio Falchi up ahead with 12.5 remaining. I think I've gotten the points figured out. I think. No, that didn't work. side by side. It's going to be a three-way squabble between Williams, who's going to get spun by Stagnito, crosses over the track and bumping and banging over the curbs. He's going to get a slowdown penalty for that one. And flashy of the headlights from Stagnito behind. And here are those results from heat number one more time. Leslie Simpkins able to get 66 points. And then we had Mauro Gabbiati getting 60, 55 for Mofat, Tim Williams with 51, 48 for Stagnito, Paolo Minetti with 45, 42 for Falchi, Phipps with 39, 36 for Piper, and yours at 33, and Simone Rapparelli getting 30 points as well. Tim Williams picks up the pace again, 26.2, faster than the driver in front by 0.3. Tries to hold on and get P2. Wonder what that will mean for him in the championship running as well. And I think we have the points figured out. Oh, Tim Williams makes a critical mistake. Loses out to Vincenzo Stagnito there as he goes off track. Leslie Simpkins pulls out a 5.4 second gap over Fabio Falchi in the battle for P2. Now Vincenzo Stagnito has to do the work to try to catch up to Fabio Falchi up ahead. Looking at the lap times as well. 25.9 for Vincenzo Stagnito that last time around on Fabio Falchi. Back over to the racing action. A little bit of a mistake there from Fauci as he dips some wheels off into the gravel. And I think it's showing that Fauci is pushing a little bit harder than he's capable of driving right now. The 369 car is definitely under threat. Now it'll be tight and crazy for the final four. Going into the final 3 laps of this race, it'll be Leslie Simpkins, Fabio Falchi, and Vincenzo Stagnito, the 1, 2, 3. Leslie Simpkins, Fabio Falchi, and Stagnito awfully close to each other. Through turn 8, Stagnito is very strong and has shown that in the previous heat. The Honda out in front, struggling a little bit, especially over the curbs. Stagnito closes down the gap. Falchi tries to cover off the racing line. Park his car on the apex and not worry about defending for now, as I think he understands Falchi's a little too far back. Not this time, though, as Stagnito goes for the side-by-side on Fabio Falchi, and a quarter panel alongside is going to spin Fabio Falchi there. And now Falchi goes back into P4 where he started this event, and Tim Williams will inherit P3. White flag is out. Leslie Simpkins is going to take us on it for the final time. Coming through turn 5 for the final time, Leslie Simpkins did a great job of driving this one to victory lane here in Australia. P2 and P3 might still be close as Stagnito goes a little bit deep himself at turn 7. Flashy of the headlights from Williams from way far back, but I think it won't matter. But here comes Leslie Simpkins over the line, and I think it'll be the championship as well, provisionally, of course. He'll take the victory here in Winton and the win overall for the Sausage Dodgers racing team. The number 33 takes home. Vincenzo Stagnito in P2, Tim Williams in third, Fabio Falci in fourth, with Daniel Moffat in fifth, Mauro Gabbiati in sixth, Palometti in seventh, Mickey Phipps in eighth. Nick Ewers is going to round things out in ninth position. And we'll get the provisional results here posted in just a few moments, folks. And we'll have to wait to get our drivers into the broadcast booth, out of their cockpits, and into the interview room here for the Sausage Dodgers. Leslie doing his cool down lap now with his comrades to bring it home for the TCR Championship. Let's look at those results. It was Leslie Simpkins in P1, taking away 66 points, with Vincenzo Stagnito in second, getting 60. Tim Williams in third, Fabio Falci in fourth, Daniel Moffat, Mauro Gabbiati, Paolo Minetti, Michael Phipps, Nick Ewers, James Piper, and Simone Rapparelli. Fingers crossed this works now. Let's see if the point standings work. No, it does not, but I believe it will be in this order. Simpkins will take the win. Stagnito in P2. Osbadelsson might stay in third, but we'll have to see at the end of the day what the official results are. Let's go ahead and talk to Tim Williams, I guess, who's here, ready to talk to us. I am. How are you doing, Tim? How are you feeling after a fantastic championship?
That was a tough track, very tough track in those cars. Very difficult to get the power down, but some good racing. Made a bit of a mess of the first race. Forgot to select first gear, but well. Well, I thought I had selected first gear, but obviously before the lights came on. But
it was a good recovery drive, though.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun.
Absolutely.
Well done to Les was flying as normal, so that was good.
A 13-second lead in Heat 1. 9-second interval in the second heat. Yeah, he put together a stonking lap time.
Good to have a sausage in first place, and he's won the championship as well. So well done to Les, and well done to the Sausage Dodgers team. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant, Tim. You're absolutely right. Now that's confirmed. Let's look at the next season, Tim. What's on the horizons for the Sausage Dodgers?
Well, we've got a new season of our famous endurance tour coming up, which starts in 2 weeks, I believe. Still places available. Looking for some GTP drivers if anyone's interested. Get on in. Still places for GT3s as well. We've got a new season of Porsche Cup, which will be confirmed, although it is sort of confirmed. We've got a sponsor too for that. So that will definitely be live streamed. Endurance Tour is definitely going to be live streamed. We've got a sponsor for that. TCR may return for season 2. It all depends on an iRacing car, whether a new car gets released that we like. There is talks of the Caterham 7 coming, so that's a potential new series for us, which I think could be popular. So keep your eyes peeled, really.
That would be really exciting to see the Caterhams come to iRacing and the drivers go wheel to wheel at some of the British tracks like Donington Park. I'm thinking of maybe Oulton Park as well. It'd be exciting to see them go wheel to wheel.
Definite potential for a British Caterham Championship, definitely.
That
or
would
maybe
be
a
wicked.
British TCR Championship. So we will see. We will see.
Right on, Tim. Any final shout outs or anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, big thank you to you for streaming again, and you've sponsored these streams in this TCR. So big thanks to you for doing that, mate. Much appreciated, and really glad we got you on board. And we're really pleased with the efforts you're putting in, making each stream better and better every single week. So it's we really do appreciate what you do for us, and big up to all the admin team as well for all their hard work that people don't see and sometimes don't truly appreciate. We do put a lot of effort into these races and championships, and we are out, trying to find sponsors, trying to encourage people to do our Patreon scheme to help us so that we can continue to, do these series, make these series bigger and better for everyone. They're not just for us, they're for everyone. So, if people want to join our Patreon scheme, that would be much appreciated. Or if you want to sponsor a series, let us know. We can sort something out.
Right on, Tim. Absolutely. And big shout out to all the drivers as well. Without them showing out every single week, none of this would be possible.
Definitely. Yeah. Big up to all the drivers. Much appreciated. Numbers are a bit low tonight, but that happens in every series. So, yeah, big up to everybody that turned up tonight.
Can't win them all. The Porsche Cup still has like 25 drivers in it, though, going into the final round. It's super tight there for P1, so excited for that as well.
Yeah, that's a really good series. Really proud of the Porsche Cup series.
Yeah.
It's turned out to be absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant series and definitely one that we will continue for a long time yet, hopefully. Like our endurance tour, we're in season, what are we in now? That's coming up to season 5 on our endurance tour.
Yes, sir.
So, it's
here for the long time and a good time.
Definitely.
Right on, Tim. Thank you so much, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks very much, mate. Cheers.
Over to Leslie Simpkins now. I think he's here ready to talk to us about his victory, not only at Winton, but his victory in the championship. Leslie, how does it feel to walk away with the gold?
It feels great. It feels great. To be honest, I am absolutely shattered, so I will keep it short and sweet. But I just want to thank absolutely everyone who we had the pleasure of sharing the track with over this championship. It has been a blast. It's been amazing. There's been some great battles. Lewis, Mark, Oscar, everyone, Noah for the one race he turned off or two. But it's been a blast, honestly. But just a shout out to the PLM winners, obviously. Yeah, and I just look forward to seeing us all on track for the endurance tour coming up, I believe next week, the week after. And yeah, thank you very much, Sagar, for hosting us. It's been brilliant.
No problem, Leslie. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for showing up week in and week out, brother.
See you, man. Thank you.
See ya. I don't see anybody outside the broadcast booth here from Winton Motor Speedway in Australia. So I think with that, we'll close things out. Folks, it's been a pleasure to be your host. It's been a pleasure to take you from green to checker flag week after week, race after race, and every season gets a little bit better. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to help out the Sausage Dodgers move forward with gaining a larger community, filling up these grids, and getting us more and more competitors. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Goodbye for now.